Good morning, folks. Here's a standards assessment tool I had made some time ago, and I realized I haven't ever put a video out on it. So this is how this works. This is the info sheet, and then we have a template sheet that we use to create a template for each student, and then we have a student list where we would add student names. So let's see how we work with this. Let's add a list of students: Tim, Tom, Luke, John, so forth. Then we would come to our standards tool and we would make tabs. And it's going to build a tab for each student in that list. So we have Tim, Tom, Luke, and John. Then what I would do is, let's say I'll start with Tim, and I need to assess the standards I'm working on with Tim. So I pop open a standards menu here. And this is a list of the Common Core state standards that we can use to populate our list of standards here. It's taking a moment. Here we go. So let's say this Tim is a third grader, and we want to check his ELA. This first 3RF and 3RF2, and then we can come here and do 3RF3. And then, we could actually change this to, math or to reading. We could work with this and make these changes over here. Then what we would do is go ahead and, look at how the student is doing on that particular standard. And we can give them a 2 or a 3 or a 4 or something like that. And we can see that on average with this main standard, this main header of this standard, his reading standards that we're assessing, he's got an average of 3. And if we may move that, it'd be an average of 2. Notice you can only select one of these. It's going to erase the other checkbox if we select something like that, and it's only going to allow us to select one at a time. So we'd go through all of our students and take a look at how that would how we could show the standards and individualize our standards. So maybe John is a he's a math student, but John might be he might be a fourth grader. So we'll make sure we're in the right cell there, and we'll double click that, get it in there, and maybe we're assessing this standard, and maybe we're assessing this standard. So then we can go through and do it. So forth and so on. And then let's say we get John's all filled out, and what we want to actually do is we can put our standards away here. We want to save that as a PDF, and if we do that, it's going to run that. It's going to change everything, get rid of all the sheets except for that, and then bring that back. But what that has done actually is saved in your Drive folder. It's saved that as a PDF. And let's say I wanted to email that, I would then also send an email. I'm on John's. What it's going to do is come up and ask where you want to send that, and I'll send it to 12ch@redtailfan.org. I'll go ahead and send that to myself. Say okay. That's going to actually turn that into a single PDF. It's going to get rid of all the tabs so that the PDF is just that single tab. Now if I come back over to my email and take a look at this and give it a second, here it is, test attached, and here's my test with John, showing me the results. Let's see, where are we here? So John didn't have any, we hadn't scored his. So that's that piece. Let's see, we make tabs, the standards menu, send email, and then if I wanted to, I could hide tabs, and that's going to hide everything except John, or I could show all tabs and bring that out. And if I was using this and wanting to change it, I'd run down to my tab manager also, and with my tab manager, I can show up to 10 tabs and see what I have. If I really was done with Tim, Tom, and Luke and wanted to start over again, I could highlight those, and I could actually hide them, I could show them, I could delete them. I'll go, in this case, go ahead and delete those, and there we go. Oh, I forgot to delete John, and delete. And now we're back to where we started with an empty template, the template and the students. Now, one way I might use this, if I was going to create a new list of students and I wanted them all to be assessed on the same set of standards, I might modify my template first and build out the template, because this is what's used to build the information for the students. Then come and make my roster, and then run my make tabs and have new tabs made without having to fill out the standards multiple times. So it's a quick little sheet to do some standard assessment on your students. Hope you enjoy it.